The JSE All Share index is trading slightly lower, around 65,874 points so far today. This after two straight sessions of gains, mainly pressured by tech stocks, tracking weaknesses in Hong Kong via Tencent. Karl Gevers is an independent market analyst with us, as always, weekly for these updates. Karl, good to see you. A lot of things moving at the moment today in the world of business. Let's begin first with the situation between MTN and Telkom, the process, the discussions now called off.
Yeah, good afternoon. So MTN terminated discussions with Telkom. The main reason given by Telkom was that Telkom wouldn't provide assurances around exclusivity, and having not received a binding offer from MTN, the board felt that they cannot, give that exclusivity, and they have a fiduciary duty to consider all offers. So basically now shareholders don't need to, and that was the sense announcement, that shareholders don't need to exercise caution when dealing in Telkom shares, and that also suggests that Telkom's also not considering the Rain merger offer. So at the moment, all bets are off, and that's why you saw the Telkom share decline by 25%, currently down about 22%. MTN also down 2% at this point in time.
Mm-hmm. And stay with company news. DRD Gold has published its operating update. That's for the quarter ended 30th September this year, so a few weeks ago. What does it tell us?
Yeah, it's a decent update, because it hasn't declined, put it that way. The gold production is up 1%. The Rand gold price for the period also up 1%, so not much movement there. The important thing is that the cash operating cost in Rand terms has been in line with the prior quarter, and we've seen a lot of inflationary pressure, so that's not a bad thing for them. And in terms of the all-in costs, they were down 9%, so I think that's quite encouraging. The operating profit would be down for the quarter compared to the prior quarter, given that there was an insurance claim that benefited the prior quarter. So they're still on track to pay an interim dividend, so I think that's all positive. The share price was down 1.7% this morning, but I think that was more on the back of the gold price move and the general market and pressure on the resource sector.
Stats says the inflation print for September is also out today, and again, cooling from that 13-year high. But talk to us about the data itself and what possible hints it may give us, in fact, about, let's say, future rate decisions.
Yeah, so the CPI number for September came in at 7.5, as you mentioned, below market expectations, where that were polling at 7.6%, so a positive there. And trending lower from the peak in July, where it was 7.8. So the downward trend is mainly driven by the decline in oil prices or fuel prices. However, in September, we did see a big contribution, putting pressure on prices from a food and non-alcoholic beverages sector, where prices increased 11.9%. And then we continue to see the risk of a weaker Rand, which would impact the import pricing. And then, of course, we've seen wage increases. We've seen the oil, being quite volatile. So there might still be risks. And of course, the high inflationary environment is not good for, the socio-economic environment, given that it effectively puts a tax on the poor. So the Reserve Bank will certainly continue hiking until the inflation rate stabilizes between the desired 3 to 6% that the Reserve Bank wants.
And lastly, we're waiting for retail sales numbers from that. Retail trade sales for the month of August. What are your expectations?
Yeah, so they're due at 1 o'clock today. We saw in July quite a strong number, 8.6%. Mainly due to food and beverage again, where it was quite a strong number. I don't think the August number will be as strong as July, given its slightly higher base. But I still expect a positive number. So we'll see what comes out in a few minutes.
Karl, good to speak to you. Thank you.